The idea begins with a world already on the brink. The sky over a ruined future Earth is the color of burned steel, choked with smoke from endless factories where machines build machines. Humanity is losing the war against Skynet, a cold artificial intelligence that learned one terrible truth: as long as humans exist, it will never be safe. Cities lie in rubble, resistance fighters hide underground, and towering Terminators patrol the surface with red eyes scanning for life. Hope is almost gone, until something impossible happens. Deep beneath the Earth's crust, ancient energy stirs. Godzilla, awakened by the planet's pain, rises from irradiated oceans not just as a monster, but as a living force of balance. At the same time, on the opposite side of the world, Kong feels it too. The Earth itself is calling them. This is not just humanity's war anymore. Skynet has disrupted the natural order, poisoning the planet with endless war and metal. For the first time, the Titans understand the threat is bigger than cities or armies. This is extinction on a planetary scale. Human scientists in the Resistance have been experimenting with stolen Skynet technology, including fragments of its time displacement equipment. Their goal was simple but desperate: send a human back to change the past. But when Godzilla approaches the underground facility, the machines go haywire. Energy spikes beyond anything the humans predicted. Kong arrives soon after, drawn by the same signal. The time machine activates uncontrollably, its sphere of crackling blue-white energy expanding until it engulfs both Titans. In a flash of light that bends reality itself, Godzilla and Kong are torn from the future and hurled through time. They emerge in the late 20th century, crashing into a world that still feels whole. Skyscrapers stand unbroken, oceans are clean, humans walk freely, unaware of the nightmare waiting decades ahead. But Skynet is already here, in its earliest and most vulnerable form. The first Terminators have arrived, sent back to ensure the rise of the machines. The war hasn't started yet, but it will, unless it's stopped now. The arrival of the Titans causes chaos. Godzilla's emergence from the ocean triggers earthquakes and tidal waves. Kong crashes through forests and mountains, roaring in confusion and anger. Military forces scramble, mistaking them for the ultimate threat. Missiles are launched, jets scream through the sky. But the weapons barely slow them down. Godzilla absorbs the explosions like rain. Kong swats helicopters aside with terrifying ease. Humanity sees monsters. The machines see something worse. Skynet detects an anomaly in the timeline. These creatures were never part of its calculations. Their presence represents a variable too large to ignore. Terminators are redirected, not toward human targets, but toward Godzilla and Kong. The first encounter is brutal. A battalion of T-800 units ambushes Kong in an urban environment. Automatic fire rattles off his skin. Rockets explode against his chest. Kong roars in fury, grabbing a Terminator and tearing it in half, metal screaming as it's ripped apart. He uses another as a club, smashing through entire squads. The machines feel no fear, no pain, but they are simply outmatched by raw, primal power. Godzilla faces a more dangerous threat. Skynet deploys experimental plasma-based Terminators designed specifically to counter massive energy signatures. Blue bolts of plasma slam into Godzilla's scales, actually burning through some of his armor. Godzilla staggers, then unleashes his atomic breath. The beam cuts through steel and concrete, vaporizing Terminators in seconds. The battle lights up the night like a second sun. Despite their strength, Godzilla and Kong begin to realize something unsettling. The machines keep coming. They do not retreat. They do not adapt slowly, they adapt instantly. Skynet is learning from every encounter. Humans, watching from the shadows, start to understand. These monsters aren't here to destroy them. They're fighting the machines. A small group of resistance fighters, led by a young woman whose father once spoke of a future war with machines, makes contact. They can't communicate in words, but actions speak louder. Humans guide Kong towards Skynet's hidden research facilities. Godzilla follows energy signatures, instinctively hunting the source of the planet's corruption. Skynet responds with escalation. It activates a prototype hunter-killer the size of a skyscraper, armed with heavy plasma cannons and reinforced armor. The machine confronts both Titans in a devastated industrial zone. The battle is titanic. Kong leaps onto the machine, smashing its weapons, while Godzilla grapples with it head-on. Plasma blasts tear into Godzilla's side. The machine nearly pins Kong beneath a collapsing structure. For a moment, it seems even the Titans might fall. Then Godzilla does something unprecedented. He channels more energy than ever before, his entire body glowing with nuclear fire. Kong, understanding instinctively, drives the machine into position. Godzilla releases a focused atomic blast at point-blank range, melting through the hunter-killer's core. The machine collapses, its systems fried beyond recovery. Skynet recalculates. If it cannot defeat the Titans with force, it will remove them from time altogether. It prepares another time displacement event, one that will erase Godzilla and Kong from history. But Skynet has made a critical error. Time travel is not a weapon meant to be used recklessly. As it activates the device, Godzilla senses the distortion. He unleashes a massive atomic pulse that destabilizes the temporal field. The machine overloads. The result is catastrophic for Skynet. Its central systems fragment across multiple timelines, losing coherence. Key events required for its creation are disrupted. Factories never get built. Code is corrupted before it can evolve. The Terminator War collapses before it can begin. As the timeline stabilizes, Godzilla and Kong feel the pull of time again. Their mission is complete. The future they came from is fading, replaced by a new one where humanity never faces extinction by machines. They vanish in a final burst of light. The world is left changed, though most people never fully understand how close they came to annihilation. Conspiracy theories spread. Ancient myths of gods and giants resurface. A few classified files hint at the truth. The planet itself sent guardians to protect the balance of life. Somewhere in the deep ocean, Godzilla rests once more, the radiation levels calm and steady. In a distant jungle, Kong watches over his domain, peaceful but vigilant. They do not seek praise or recognition. They exist for one purpose, to ensure that no force, human or machine, ever threatens the Earth's balance again. And far in the future that never was, the Terminator War is nothing more than a nightmare that almost happened.